Hey, what's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, powered by Stagefront VIP. Being joined with David Benavidez, just days away from his fight with Demetrius Andrade on Showtime pay-per-view. David, pretty entertaining press conference, man. What'd you think of everything that went down with your brother and Jermall?
I had a great time, man. It was a great press conference. We had respectfulness, we had shit talking, we had all that. You know what I mean? And people looked like they had a good time. I'm very excited for my brother's fight. I'm very excited for my own fight, and all the work has been put in. Now it's time to go get the victory on Saturday.
How dialed in is your brother? He looked pretty intense up there.
He's really dialed in. He's really dialed. I see the fire in his eyes. I know everybody sees the fires in his eyes. You know, he's trying to get up there and become the best too. So I mean, he knows exactly what he had to do. I seen him put in the work myself, and he's been training for a long time. You know what I mean? So this is the biggest opportunity he's ever had, and he's definitely going to cash in.
Yeah, you know your brother more than anybody else, I feel like, in this game. When you see him go face-to-face with Jermall, is there anything there that you picked up from that?
The only thing I picked up is that Jermall's energy is not really how it is toward everybody's fighter. I mean, you can say all he wants, but he's never let nobody talk to him like that. He's usually the one screaming at people, talking shit to people, doing this, doing that. And, you know, I know my brother's a scary guy, and I didn't see the same energy from Charlo as I always see. So, I mean, like I said, they know what they're doing. They're doing. You know, they got to put in the work as well. But I feel like, man, my brother's gonna go in there. He's gonna knock Charlo out. Yeah.
So you feel it's gonna be like a dominant type of thing where he steps to Charlo in the fight, based on the body language and how he is mentally right now.
My brother's a strong person. He's a strong person. He was shot in his leg. They said that he wasn't even supposed to walk again. 8 months later, he fights Crawford. You know what I mean? Now he's fighting Charlo. You know what I mean? So he's a very strong guy mentally. He's worked extremely hard. So we're just excited to see his fight too.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know about that part, the rods part and everything like that, and then the 8 months. And your brother told me in the interview like how the doctor said, you ain't going to fight again. He's like, no, get the hell out of here. I'm going to fight again. And it just shows you like the toughness of your brother mentally to not take no for an answer.
Exactly. So I feel like this opportunity for him is long overdue. You know what I mean? So he's worked hard. He knows exactly what's in front of him, and he knows exactly what he has to do.
Is it stressful to have you guys back-to-back in fights? Like, is it stressful for you? Is it stressful for your dad? Like, one's warming up, the other's going to the ring, and then all that motion?
So this fight has been the first fight where it's literally back-to-back. So my brother, my dad has a lot of experience. I mean, it is kind of stressful for me because I get nervous when he fights. I'm sure he gets nervous when I fight. But we're just gonna be locked in, dialed in, and ready to do what we have to do.
Yeah, Charlo mentioned in the group interview that we did with him, like, you know, if something happens, it could affect you going into the ring because it happened to him. You know, he has his brother's fight on his mind as he goes to the ring. Like, have you guys thought about that scenario at all?
No, we don't think about the scenario. We don't let that type of stuff go in our head. Our plan is victory. That's it. We don't think about losses. We don't think about none of that. You know, we're extremely strong mentally, so we're going to be ready for whatever.
Speaking of your fight, man, how was the last part of camp? I had a chance to see you. You looked really, really good, but how did you guys close out the camp, and what really did you hone in on and tinker for the final days leading into this fight?
We just finished working on everything we're working. You know, the game plan for the fight, everything, all the stuff we had to do, strength and conditioning, getting the miles in, and yeah, we did everything perfect. I mean, you've seen it. You know, we feel really good. It's one of the best camps I've had, and I'm just very happy.
I asked Demetrius, how is your size going to play in this? And he's like, hey, I'm prepared for it. I've worked to kind of see, like, expecting that you're going to try to use your size and your volume. But ultimately, do you feel that your work rate, your pressure, your volume is just going to be way too much to anything that he does?
The thing that I do that, you know, not that too much people do, is I adapt to every different type of fighter. There's not one particular thing that I do that I use against every fighter. I find what their weaknesses are, and I use it against them. So this fight, you know, it's not going to be no difference. He's preparing for something that I'm not going to be. You know, I'm a completely different fighter. I know that what they're preparing for is something different. You know what I mean? So my defense has gone better, my footwork has gone better, everything has gone better. I'm hungry for this. I want this challenge. I want him to give me a hard fight because I know when I dig deep, the best is going to come out of me.
Yeah, I feel you're trying to shed the perception that you're one-dimensional, that you can't do these other things.
I've never been one-dimensional. That's your guys' perception, not you particularly, but that's everybody else's, you know what I mean?
Well, the fighters that fight you too, they feel like, oh, he's just a pressure guy.
Yeah, I mean, and then they end up going to the hospital after. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, You mean like exactly what Caleb Plant fought me? They said I had no defense. How much he landed? What, 20% of his shots, 9% of his jabs. How does somebody have no defense is able to defend all that? So it's just a lot of stuff that I do that I'm very subtle at doing it that they can't see that I do. You know what I mean? So this is gonna be no different. I've worked on all this stuff. I'm even better now. I'm better as a fighter. I have more experience, and I'm hungry.
Man, I can't wait because I know you put in the work. You know, finally, I know you expect to get a knockout, but does it come late in the fight or does it come midway through?
To be honest with you, I'm gonna strike when I see the moment, any given moment, that an opening, I'm gonna strike. I want to be the exciting type of fighter, and I've worked my ass off. I have enough conditioning to do that. So, any moment, if every round has to be going for it every round, then that's what I'm gonna do. You know, I really do want to be the face of boxing, and the type of way you do that is you get knockouts and great performances.
All right, hey David, man, I can't wait. Appreciate the time. As always, David Benavidez taking on Demetrius Andrade this Saturday on pay-per-view.